All right, people. Tonight we're doing a little bit of hog hunting, so we're gonna make the most simple bait around. A little bit of water in a bucket, corn. Fill her up. Put drops of water. Oh, we're leaking out the side. Got a hole in my bucket, and then full thing of Kool-Aid, cherry, grape. Those are my favorites. Dump her in. I already dumped some in the water a minute ago. And it's all leaking out. So we're actually going to pick this up really quick and move to the grass. All right, and we're losing all of our water. I need to start up. We're using Old Arrow. And this is the most simple, effective hog bait. Let it sit. If it was in the summer, you could put some yeast in here, pour some beer in here, some warm water, and then put it out in the sun, let it sit. But it's not winter. I mean, it's not summer, it's winter. And this is gonna work just fine. Give it a few hours, it doesn't take long. We don't have to let it sit for a month like everyone says, or 3 weeks. A few hours of work, it'll do the trick. Just like that, hog bait's done. All right, so we're out here putting out our hog bait. You look at your corn, see how it's pink on the ends and everything? It's been soaking up that Kool-Aid all the way through. That's how you know it's ready. It looks like that after about 5 minutes. But no, you let it sit a few hours. You could definitely let it sit longer if you want. It doesn't really matter. But we're gonna put this out, and we are putting it out probably about 4 or 5 hours before we hunt. You could put it out earlier, a day earlier, 2 earlier, whatever. But we found where they've been coming. It's all rooted up around here, and everywhere we put bait, we always put it where it's already been rooted up, fresh rooted. And we know they've been coming here. So we're gonna put some right here. We actually baited this yesterday. You can see they came and tore it up. Oh yeah, get that nice water out. Got it all over my boots, so that's ruined. I have to spread it around a little bit because we already know that they're coming here. So we're not baiting it like to attract them really to sit, or we're baiting them so when they come out here, they stay here for longer. We can get a shot off. That's enough for right now. I mean, shit, we got a lot, so might as well put more. Shot number 2. Putting a little bit out here, spreading it around, getting it stay a little longer. Smells great too, by the way. I'd eat this corn. So spot number 3. All right, spot number 3. They've been coming here a lot too. We put corn on here last night and they ate all this. We're at the best part in the bucket, the bottom with all the juice. This is the part that you feed to your friends, like you make them drink it. And then you tell them, go let them shoot a pig if they drink the bottom. I know there's a little group of about 5 or 6 that have been hanging out here. They come out of here, so they're somewhere in here right now. We'll see. Gotta hit them with the call. That way brings them in. All right, so today is January 5th, the last day of the general deer season. We are going hunting tonight. We have some deer on camera. It will actually only be like my 3rd time hunting this spot. We threw up a pop-up line yesterday, and we're gonna go sit in it, see if anything comes through the feeder, and we use the old bow if anything does. So right now, we're gonna test it out. We got this really old target out here. I had to put a leaf, I just stuck a leaf in it, and if I hit that, then I'm dialed, so let's see what happens. It's 23 yards, by the way. And my arrow went right to the target, but it hit the leaf. We're dialed, boys. All right, so the first one hit about right there. So they're shooting about an inch to the left, which is fine. Not a big deal, we'll just compensate for that. And we're gonna try to find my arrow, because as you can see, they go through pretty easily. The other one hit in that little open spot. All right, so I always practice with my broadheads a few times. I have like 2 packs of these same ones. These are the G5 Montex. And I always shoot with them a few times because, as everyone knows, broadheads shoot different than field points if your bow's not perfectly tuned. And I just got my bow tuned, but it's already shooting different. I don't know why. Usually they shoot a little bit off anyways, at least in my experience. So that's what we're doing. Buy extra broadheads, practice with them, works way better. All right, last day of deer season. We're late. What time is it? It is 4:15. We're not gonna be in there until about 4:30. Get settled in 4:30. That only gives us an hour and a half to hunt. It's really hot. I think it's 74 right now, or 70. Probably gonna be no cooler than about 60 tonight. So we're spraying down. We're dressing light. We got the wind blowing perfect. We're gonna try to get one last hunt in. Let's do it, boys. Probably 20 yards to the feeder, 30 yards to a brush pile over there, and 22 yards to a cow patty over there. So we've already ranged any possible shooting lane that we have. We have to have the back of the blind open if you'll look over here, because it's such a small blind. With my arm out in front of me, my arm has to go through here to draw. So that's kind of messing up a lot, because that makes us a lot more visible. But it's 4:30. We're settled in, and we're gonna wait and see what happens. We have an hour and a half. We have until 6:04, I believe. So hopefully something will come out. All right, well, that concludes the 2019-2020 deer season. The last day, January 5th. As you've already seen in the video, all we saw was 2 does, and it was still pretty cool seeing them. You don't see a lot of deer up here, and we couldn't shoot anything because it's not the doe days. Those are in November or something like that. And now we're on to pig hunting. We're gonna go back to the house, get changed, put on some warmer clothes because it's getting cold out here. Can't see my breath, but it's cold. And then we're gonna go head out and go pig hunting. So stay tuned to see what happens. All right, so we just changed, put on some warmer clothes, and then we put the light on top of the gun, on top of the scope. It's my first time with this setup. I actually just got this light. It's pretty dang bright if you ask me. And so I'll give you a little demonstration. Now, it's not that dark out here, but this thing can shine pretty dang far, a few hundred yards. So, especially without the green on it. I think we're gonna go get us one. All right, we just got to the spot, pulled up, parked the mule. We're gonna walk a big loop around all the way and see if we can turn anything up. We got about 3 different bait sites, as you've seen earlier in the video, that we're gonna hit tonight. So, got the gun ready, and we're gonna give it a good try. Let's do it. Alright, we just hit our second bait site. It hasn't been touched yet. I haven't seen anything or heard anything, so we're gonna keep walking. We're gonna go up to our third bait site, and then maybe we'll catch something on the way back down. So, wish us luck. Alright guys, well, we're back. Hog hunting was a bust. I don't know where they are tonight, but they're probably gone because I forgot to mention this earlier, but the cameraman, aka my buddy Nolan, shot a pig last night, and I think we've been hunting the same group for a few nights, so they probably all ran off, and they'll be back though, I'm sure, but that's it for that. So all right, people, what is up? We are back. As you can tell, the video is not over. So, like I said in the video, we did not kill anything, or we didn't get any pigs. But, as I also mentioned, Nolan, the man behind the camera, did shoot a pig. His first one ever, actually. I think his first animal ever. Is that right?
No.
No? Okay.
The dove.
Oh, he shot a dove too. That's right. A bird. That don't count. Anyways, so this is a backstrap off of his pig. His pig was really bony. It didn't have a lot of meat on it. And today we're gonna be cooking this up. We're gonna be making lettuce wraps. So we have all of our produce. We have water chestnuts, the lettuce, some green onions, white onion, mushrooms, and then over here we have for our sauce, soy sauce and hoisin. Mix that together, and then we have garlic and ginger. All right, so to start, just take the meat, clean it up a little bit, and we're gonna put this in fast forward and y'all can watch me do it. So we have the back straps cut up, and then we have these other little medallions. These are actually just chunks that we took off of the front shoulders because the front shoulders were completely blown to bits, but I tried to save as much as I could. And now, to make the lettuce wraps, all we're gonna do is cut these up into little chunks, pretty small, and then we'll start cooking. All right, so we got the mushrooms and onions diced up, and our water chestnuts are already diced. So now we're gonna go turn on the stove. We got the wok up here. We're gonna turn it on to high so we can get this cooking. And we're gonna pour some oil in. It's a lot of oil. It'll be okay though, because the meat is really... So now we're gonna add salt and pepper. Quite a bit. Always go with ground pepper. And we're definitely going to have to scoop out some of this juice in a little bit. There's a lot more fat than I thought. So we'll get to doing that. Alright, so as we're cooking it, all this juice is coming out. And you don't want to take it all, but I take a lot of it and put it in the cup over there. And then later, whenever it starts to dry up, you can add it back in to moisten it back up. But right now, we want to get this nice and crispy, and we don't want it to be steamed. So that is what we are doing. All right, so now we're gonna make the sauce in a bowl. We take our soy sauce, and I'm just doing this by sight. I'm not looking at how much of each kind. Just pour it in there, and I like a lot of sauce because you can always have extra to dip it in. Hoisin. This stuff is pretty strong, so be careful with it. And then we don't have rice vinegar, but we have mirin, and it'll work just fine. A little bit of flavor. Sesame oil, also very strong, so just a little bit. Stir it all together, and that's the sauce. All right, so it's starting to get dry, and it's getting that nice crunch on it, but this is when you can take that and start adding it back in, just to keep it from burning. A couple of those, and then let them burn off, and you can repeat that while it's cooking. That is looking beautiful. All right, so this looks browned up enough. We're gonna take this out, put it in the bowl. All right, now we're gonna take our vegetables, onion and mushroom, and we have a lot more than we have meat, I think. I'm going to add them in. Yeah, that is a lot, but these cook down to nothing, so let's see where we're at. Oh, and it already smells good. So, our vegetables are nice, they're getting a little soft. We're going to take some ginger, squeezed ginger, put it in the bottom of the pan. That's probably a lot because ginger is really strong. And we're going to take sweet garlic, which is the best stuff ever. And put that in the pan. Mix it around until it starts to get good and smelling good. You'll start smelling it. Woo! And once that gets good, we take our water chestnuts, drained them, and we throw them in. Now we're going to let this cook for just a minute, mix all together, and then we're going to add the meat back in and then add the sauce. Let that go for a couple minutes, and it's going to be done and ready to eat. Alright, we take our meat, dump it back in. We have a lot of vegetables and not a lot of meat. There's 2 of those back straps and those 3 chunks. So so technically we want more meat, less vegetables, but let's see what happens. All right, I add that back in. Now we're gonna take the sauce, pour it over top. To use all of it, and as you can tell, it's not that much. All right, let this go for a couple minutes. All right, so our wraps are done. We have way more vegetables than meat than we wanted, but it's gonna taste good. So put it back in our bowl, or however much will fit in our bowl. And then we wash our lettuce, we got our rasp up. We're gonna put this on there and we'll show y'all. All right, grab your lettuce, throw your meat on. It doesn't take a lot to fill these things up. It's probably good. I'm gonna make a little bit extra sauce to dip it in or pour it on top. That's it right there, guys. All the pork lettuce wraps. All right, so the wild hog lettuce wraps are completely done. We got the extra sauce, put it on top. We got my mom to come out here, and she is going to try it and give us on a scale of 1 to 10 how much she likes it. So go ahead, take a bite. Okay. Or we'll try it together.
Okay.
All right, get one.
Okay, I'll take this one.
All right. And then we're gonna make Nolan try it and see how he likes it.
Okay.
Too much lettuce, I don't like lettuce. All right.
Too much lettuce. How is it?
1 to 10.
1 to 10. It's a little chewy because it's wild hog and the way we cooked it. But the flavor, I give it probably like an 8. What would you give it?
An 8.
All right, it's an 8, guys. There you go. Now let's eat.